The whole Jito mentorship program is backed by the Jito Professional Forum. I would like to thank Mr. Ajay Boraji, Chairman, and Mr. Bilin Shah, Director in charge of JPF, who have shown great support. Our phase one of the program has been very successful with more than 100 interested mentors who are eager to meet 30 plus highly sought after mentors. I Our committed mentors include the likes of Mr. Mohit Jain, who is a board member and executive director of the Times Group, Mr. Mukul Chaudhary from Google, and Mr. Ranjan Jain from Walt Disney. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Prashant Jain, Vice Chairperson of Jito Professional Forum and Managing Director of GE Power, to give us an introduction about JPF.
Hello, very good morning, everyone. Jai Jinendra, Sadar Jai Jinendra. About Jito, I'll take 30 seconds to talk about Jito, and then we will spend some time on Jito Professional Forum. I don't want to go on all the statistics on the site. We have 14,000 plus members globally, and that's Jito is one of the largest NGO in India with a balance sheet of 800 crores plus and a corpus of 300 crores. This is the only organization that is focused on all sects of Jain, which is either Shvetambara, Digambara, Terapanthi, Mukh, etc. It is global. And what I personally like is that this group has passionate members who want to contribute passionately towards development of the society. The membership of Jito, for you all to know, starts from 2 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 1.5 crores, 5 lakhs, so and so forth. And Jito per name. So you know that the powerful network of people who are really affluent, accomplished, want to contribute to the society are a part of this network. Jito per name was Jain International Trade Organization. And you know that Jain was a trading community. But as times have changed today, and we have more and more professionals in Jain community in the next generation, as you see today in the call, several successful global accomplished corporate professionals from Jain, Jito has recognized this trend and Jito Professional Forum has been formed. And Jito Professional Forum is open to all. And as a part of that initiative is what we have come together today. So that's briefly about Jito. And now we move to the next slide and we talk about Jito Professional Forum. So the transition of Jito from a trading community to recognize the today's generation of corporate professionals and practicing professionals. The vision and mission is to connect the power of the young corporate professionals, the global corporate professionals, and the practicing professionals like doctors, lawyers, and chartered accountants, and so on, to enable the benefit to the community at large, and also to connect these professionals with each other to learn and gain from each other. The mission is to connect. I mean, it is very inspiring for me to note that there are more than 500,000 global professionals as managing directors, board members, CXOs, CFOs of Fortune 500 large corporations worldwide. And our goal in 2021 is to connect at least 100,000 of these professionals together on the platform. And I must tell you that we are very steadily and very quickly moving towards this goal. And today, if you are corporate professionals or practicing professionals, please join as JPF invitee in your respective chapters. Every Jito chapter in the country, 26 plus, and global chapters around the world have now started initiating JPF invitees. You're welcome to join as a JPF invitee and take benefit of Jito Professional Forum. So talking about the benefits in the next slides, what are the programs and benefits that we are talking about from Jito Professional Forum? So we have had, so we are having knowledge series. For example, on equity market, we had Pratik Gandhi, who was playing the role of Arshad Mehta, talk about his experiences. We have invited the Amul, he's now a great global man, to be our speaker. The third part, which is very interesting, is we have connected the global doctors around the world. I was on a call with 40 plus doctors from US, Australia, Netherlands, UK, and it is amazing to see how accomplished our Jain doctors are. In fact, in the parliament in the US, we have a Jain doctor, Dr. Sushil Jain, who is there, who is actually taking care of the big most important people in the United States, very accomplished global doctors. And we have used this power of doctors for supporting COVID and COVID helpline. There are additional initiatives from the professionals like tax, and we have also got doctors around the globe. COVID we have talked about. Coming to the next slide, we talk about today's initiative on the next slide. Yep. So there is we have also created a JPF iBox. This is an exclusive recording of 20 minutes plus from an expert talking about a topic in a closed group. And eventually this is published as an iBox channel. It's very similar to the TEDx program. The JPF networking program is connecting these global professionals so that they can learn from each other, network each other, and also find opportunities from one to the other. It's an absolutely professional platform to support. There is a very interesting initiative that you all may want to take benefit of. If you need suddenly a lawyer overnight, where do you go? If you need suddenly a doctor of a specialization overnight, where do you go? So today, Giant Professional for we are at JPF, we are creating a global repository of all these professionals, and it will be made available on a platform. You can contact your respective chapter conveners for more information, where you can log in and you can actually select one of them and take first consultancy for free. This is an amazing service being started by JPF. Last but not the least is the mentorship program. And I will hand over to Jalaj and eventually Vishal, who will explain what mentorship program is all about. So I'm very excited and inspired to be a part of this group. I have met fascinating, wonderful people from around the world, and it is inspiring every day to see great accomplished professionals. With that, over to Jalaj, and looking forward to an excellent session today. Thank you.
Thank you, Prashantji. Before I begin, I would like to inform the audience about our general program flow today. As we try to be as punctual as possible, we'll begin the program at 11 a.m. and the program will go till 12:30 p.m. Today, our main session will be taken by our main speaker, Mr. Varun Jain. It will be followed by a small introduction of our one-to-one mentorship format by Jito Mentorship Program. And today's session is in the form of the group mentoring session. Please know that the session will be followed by a Q&A at the end. And you can keep posting your questions in the chat box, and all the good questions will be picked up and will be taken up later. Our chat box is being moderated. Also, today's session is aimed at learning the art of digital networking through LinkedIn, which is a highly important skill as most of us are working from home today. And this skill will help us accelerate our career. The session will be taken by Mr. Varun Jain, who has been a passionate mentor and a strong supporter of the Jito Mentorship Program. He's currently the account director for large accounts at LinkedIn. He has experience in business research, management consulting, and analytics. Prior to joining LinkedIn, Mr. Varun Jain was working with companies like PwC and not McDonald's in Middle East and the UK. He's an alumnus of IE Business School and BITS Pilani. And I must say, this is a short introduction. He's a very warm person to work with. And I'm glad that we could have a session like this today. And before Varunji starts, he has requested us to conduct a short poll. I think there will be a pop-up box on your screens. And if you are unable to see that, there will be a small button somewhere on your screen where you can answer the questions. We'll give you around 30 to 60 seconds to answer the same. As we would like to know a little more about our audience. And please note that these polls will help Mr. Varun Jain to conduct the session in a better way. I would just like to read out the questions. And question number one being, how much time do you spend on social platforms such as Facebook and Instagram every day? And question number two is, how often do you update your LinkedIn profile? I'll just wait for everyone to finish the poll.
We'll keep it up for just another 15 seconds. Request everyone to participate. Lovely. All right, Jalaj, I think most of them have participated. I'm ending the poll, okay?
I think this is a very interesting observation that I would like to make, that we have a very diverse audience, because most of our responses are in the range of 15 to 25%, 30%. So we have people from all types of places. And also I would like to acknowledge Mr. Raman Jain's presence here today. He's been a great supporter of the program. I think without any delay, we can begin with Varunji's session.
Thank you, Jalaj. Sadar Jai Jinendra to everyone. Thank you, the entire JPF community, to facilitate this session and invite me to start with the Level Up series. Totally excited and look forward for next 1 hour to share my learnings and in fact learn from you all. Before I start, let me play a small video which will give a snippet of what is in store for us for the next 1 hour in line with the JPF platform. Allow me to share my screen.
You do.
Can you see my screen, Jalaj?
Yes, we can. Varun, please go ahead.
Sure. So I think one message which is very loud and clear from this particular small video is that we do not have an option whether we digitally transform or not. The only choice we have is how efficiently we digitally transform ourselves. The power of networking, the power of digitalization. Allow me to share my screen for the presentation mode.
Why don't you just go ahead? You have all the rights, okay?
All right. So Jai Jinendra, and the message I want to convey from this slide is how LinkedIn is an integral part of our lives. Whichever part of career we are starting our career, we are in the mid-level career, or we are in the top-level executives. How to use LinkedIn to accelerate your career? I think the message is very loud and clear, and let's straight away jump in how exactly we do it, how exactly do we enhance our skills, we network, and what is the power of networking. Now, as Prashantji was telling that this is a digital era we are living in, we are all under the lockdown or partial lockdown state. Now, how this great lockdown has accelerated digitization, there's some kind of new jobs which have come into market which never existed. So the study says that by 2025, there will be 149 million new jobs, which we were never aware of, or which were never taught in our curriculum in our postgraduate or graduate days, out of which jobs such as privacy and trust, cybersecurity, cloud and data rules, software development, data analysis, and machine learning. So this is how the gear is being shifted to more of digitization jobs, and it is here to stay in the next few years. Now, why do I talk about LinkedIn? As Jalaj had, conducted those polls, I think one message was very clear that lot many of us spend maximum amount of time on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or such platforms. But why LinkedIn? Now, I think one message is very clear, even in the recent headlines or recent news updates, where you would have seen that there has been privacy issues, trust issues over such platforms. But one name which must have not been there during these debates or arguments was LinkedIn. Now, just to give a, just to substantiate it with the study, in the last 4 years, LinkedIn, as per the Digital Trust report, has been consistently ranked one when it comes to trust, when it comes to data privacy. So that is the power of this platform, especially for the young generation, for the professionals, for the people who want to accelerate their career. Now, just wanted to spend a couple of seconds on how the culture of business is changing. COVID is something which none of us expected. COVID is something which took everyone with a surprise. Maybe the lockdown, how business is changing, each one of us working from home, each one of us studying from home. Now, business is changing from shareholders first to employees first. That is how the leadership of the organizations are focusing upon. Near-term financial success to long-term purpose-driven impact. I think a very strong message. And talent assembled based on credentials and past accomplishments to diverse talent built based on capabilities and potential. I think a consistent, pertinent messages to regularly upskill and reskill yourself, because companies these days are really focusing on internal mobility, giving you a chance, giving you an opportunity to try new roles, to discuss new roles, and to understand what it takes to be a part of that particular job profile. Now, as Jalaj had conducted the polls, my entire message was that what is the difference between personal networks and professional network? Now, on personal network, you spend time. Why do you spend time? You get information about friends, about their personal interests and entertainment updates. But on professional networks, which is LinkedIn, you invest time. I think the main difference is between investing time and spending time. And why do you invest time? You get industry news, you get peer insights and expert advice, and you invest in your personal career. That is, you become accountable for your career, because unless until you take the accountability, no one else can help you out. Now, for all those of you who still are not trying to understand that, what is the difference? Let us take an example of pastry. Why pastry? I love pastry. Yesterday evening, I ordered 3, wanted to have 1, but could not resist. Let us understand how pastries are being talked about on social media. On Facebook, I like pastry. On Instagram, here is a cool photo of my pastry. WhatsApp, anyone wants a pastry. That's how we convey the message of a pastry on these social platforms. But same pastry on LinkedIn has a very different messaging, very different positioning. I hope to operate a pastry franchisee one day. My top skills are pastry production and sales. I have 3 years of experience making pastries. Now, I'm sure that the message would be loud and clear that how the same pastry is being talked about in a very different direction on LinkedIn and on the other social platforms. Now, this will be the agenda for our talk today, and followed by Q&A section. Now, as Prashantji was taking us through the mission and vision of the Jito platform, I wanted to take you through the vision and mission of LinkedIn, and which is something which all of us can relate to, is connecting the world's professional to make them more productive and successful. And as of today, I think this is one thing each one of us look forward to. Each one of us want to network with people. Each one of us want to be more productive and successful, and understand the power of digitization, understand the power of upskilling ourselves, and how can we do it. Now, one thing is very clear, thanks to the trends we are seeing, as the data is the new oil, and when we talk about data, what kind of data LinkedIn has, this will give you a snapshot that what are you entering into. As of today, we have 740 million members globally. Imagine the power of networking with these people who are on the platform from different ethnicities, different culture, different domains, different sectors. About 55 million organizations. people from 200 plus countries, and there are around 115K plus schools as of today. Now, when I talk about schools, these are college and universities which we aspire to be a part of. Now, just wanted to leave you with this question that why LinkedIn presence? It is you who has to decide that why do you need to have a LinkedIn presence. And for this, 3 questions you need to keep in the back of your mind: who you are, whether you are a student, whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are a mid-level manager, what do you post on the platform, and how do you engage on the platform. I will be taking you through how to do that, but just keep these 3 questions in your mind so that it helps you relate the story, it helps you stitch the entire narrative, and then you can execute in the coming days. Phase 1 of my talk: your profile, your story. Now, I think I was having a discussion with Vishalji the other day, and one pertinent thing which he voiced out is, gone are the CV days. Today, this is a real-time representation of each one of us. That is your profile on the platform. Before I go for a meeting, or before any one of the executives go for a meeting, they check out your LinkedIn profile. They check out who you are, what have you been doing, what are your accomplishments, and what kind of messaging are you conveying on the platform. But it is important to understand, how do you build that story? Now, there are 8 elements which I wanted to take you through, which will help you enhance your profile representation on the platform. Now, some of you might be having these 8 subsets in place, but let us spend some time to understand that what it takes to have a rocking profile so that you can take the next step forward. Step 1, adding a professional photograph. Looks very easy, but believe me, till date, I come across numerous profiles on the platform where even a professional photograph is missing. And how does it help you? Just by having a professional headshots, you get 9 times more connection requests. 21 times your profile is viewed more, and 36 times you are taken seriously and your messages are being responded. Now, what do I mean by a professional headshot? Now, this is just a representation of some of the snapshots I see on LinkedIn day in, day out. Now, one message is loud and clear that this is not Facebook, this is not Instagram. The moment you are trying to portray this kind of professional photograph on the platform, you are not showing seriousness. You are showing a different representation of yourself. Now, imagine this. Now, these are the kind of professional headshots which really, increases your visibility, which really increases your seriousness on the platform, and the kind of leverage you can get from talking to people, because unless and until your first impression is right, you can't make the most of it. Step 2, adding your industry. Now, what do I mean by adding your industry? Now, for example, I belong to the tech industry. Vishalji belongs to the finance industry. Some of you might be belonging to the IT industry, maybe the mechanical industry. So it's very important to list down your industry and how does it help you? Now, all these platforms work on an algorithm of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Now, whenever people search by industry, unless and until your industry is updated, your profile will not be shortlisted, because more than 300,000 people search by industry every week. Now, this is the power of just by updating your industry on your profile. Step 3, drafting a compelling summary. Now, since I come from a marketing background, having done my MBA in sales and marketing, one key takeaway from my MBA days is having your elevator pitch in place, having your positioning statement. Now, what is your elevator pitch? Suppose you meet any of your idol, any of your, a person who you always wanted to meet in an elevator. Like suppose I meet Satya Nadella in an elevator who I always wanted to meet. Now, what kind of impression I want to leave with him? In the next 1 minute, I would be sharing the elevator with him. Now, that is your elevator pitch. Your elevator pitch should be evolving. Whatever elevator pitch positioning statement you have today will not hold true in the next 6 months or 1 year, because it focuses on your career accomplishments, your aspirations, and a brief snapshot about you. So work around it. It's always good to view some of the profiles of some of the leaders on the platform and see how their summary looks like. Should be crisp and should be impactful. detailing your work experience. I think one thing which I've been very observant about is people do list that where do they work, but they forget to list what do they do. For example, if I talk about that I work for LinkedIn, now what do I do at LinkedIn? Now that is very important to reduce the turnaround time. Someone who views your profile already gets an impression that, okay, he or she is working in the automation sector. He or she is working on these projects. His job profile revolves around some of the basics around this. Now make sure you spend some time to elaborate what do you do in a particular organization, or what have you done in the past in your trainings, in your internships, because that really gives a snapshot of who exactly as an individual, as a professional you are, because this is a real-time representation of you. And also make sure you keep a track about the real-time stats which are highlighted on the slide, that how it helps you. 5 times more connection requests, 10 times more messages, and 8 times your profile gets more viewed, which is not possible unless and until you do it. Adding examples of your work. Now, this is one thing which is very rarely found, but is very impactful. Now, each one of us works on some exciting projects, some presentations which are already in a public domain, some thought leadership documents. We all get, in various aspects of our career, some laurels, some certifications, some kind of appreciation. Now make sure it is not lying in your email box. Mostly it happens that whenever you get an interview call, you start collating everything from your email box because you don't know what to talk, what to do. Now imagine everything is there as a snapshot on your profile. Maybe the presentations, the certificates, everything should be highlighted over there, because it helps you to give a dynamic, visual, appealing representation. That is very important. Always imagine, always remember, you are here to make an impact. You are here to stand out from all others who are running in the same rat race. Something different needs to be done. Step 6, adding volunteer experience. Thanks to this pandemic, one thing which is very loud and clear is you need to have a kind of sympathetic, empathetic behavior in your personality. Unless and until you feel for others, unless and until you're compassionate, unless and until you can walk into other person's shoes, you're not doing justice to your job. Now, whenever I talk to leaders, because of my nature of work, one thing which is very loud and clear is that the leaders are focusing on people to have that kind of volunteer experience. Now, how do you do that? Now, I'm sure that each one of us is doing something or the other in the limited capacity, but make sure you highlight on your profile. Be a part of any organization, any NGO which you can relate to. Maybe spending out certain time from your bandwidth just to coach someone, just to talk to someone, anything, whatever excites you, whatever passion you have, because it really sends a message loud and clear. Not everything can be spoken in an interview, not everything can be sold to someone to interact, but when there is a platform, when there is a feature, make the most of it. Step 7. Now these 2 last steps are very critical, and you need to invest time to make it happen. Adding skills. Now each one of us would be good at certain skills or the other. Vishalji would be good at financial skills. I would be good at PowerPoint or maybe Excel skills. Now, unless and until you represent them on the particular section, you are not making the world aware or making the professional network aware about it. Now, only listing it does not help you. Also get them endorsed. Now, who should you get them endorsed from? It should be your mentors, your managers, your professors, but not your peer group. For example, I asked Jalaj that, Jalaj, you endorse me, I endorse you. Now that will not help you because we are of the same age group. We are of the same cohort. So a proper endorsement always helps you when someone can take the accountability, or someone can voice out that, yes, he or she has worked on particular thing, and I can, I'm firm about that he or she is good. Now, these are the skills which you should be vocal about. And last, requesting a recommendation. Now, I'm sure that in your career, maybe if you are a student, you would be having a favorite professor who is really proud of the work you are doing, maybe in marketing, maybe in finance, maybe any of your subject. Now make sure you leverage that kind of recommendation on the platform, because that gives a visibility to entire workforce. That stays with you. Now, a basic problem which happens is that each one of us, whenever we are going for our MBA or our post-graduation, we run for those letter of recommendations, but again, everything is lying in our inbox, in our email box. Now, how does it help you? I do not know that what recommendation you have, or neither you do not know that what recommendations would be highlighted on the platform. Always set the standards high. Always try and leverage whenever you do some good work. Like, for example, you work on a project which is very well appreciated by your faculty, by your business manager. Request him humbly that, sir, if you feel that I've done justice to my job and in a record turnaround time I have done something innovative, would you be kind enough to give me a recommendation? That will really take you places. And if you spend some time, maybe if you visit my profile, you would see that I've invested time to take recommendations from some of the CEOs I've worked with, from the dean of my MBA college, with whom I got a mentorship program. Now that is the kind of feather in the cap you add. This takes time, but start working towards it. Do not go for recommendations from your classmates, because that is good to have, but that will not add value to your personality or to the persona you are trying to build upon on the table. Now, Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn, a very famous quote by him is that the fastest way to change yourself is to hang out with people who are already the way you want to be. I think a very important message which comes out from this quote is which encouraged him to develop a platform like LinkedIn. So let's jump into how do you elevate your voice on the platform? Now, one small request, that unless and until the first 8 steps are in place, that is your profile, your digital story, do not start focusing on the phase 2 of the presentation, which I will be talking in the next few slides, because then you will not be able to get the deserved ROI from it. Your time is important, the time you invest. So hold accountability. Those 8 steps are very clear. And once you are done with it, jump to the phase 2. Now, each one of us has a voice on LinkedIn. And what do I mean by voice? What we talk on LinkedIn. Because there are 4 set of people who want to hear from us. Either it is for your employees, for someone like Vishalji, Prashantji, if they want to convey a message to their employees, a perfect platform. For someone in the business sector, your customers, if you want to send away a message that, okay, some innovation is happening in your company, something new you are doing, perfect place for your customers. Your executive leadership, for someone like Jalaj, for someone like Taru, who start their career or in the initial phase of their career, and they want to have the visibility to the top leadership, perfect place. Because in today's world, and especially post-pandemic, each one of us is very active on this platform, because things have totally shrunk, things have totally become digitalized, and this is the perfect way to elevate yourself and your investors, for the people who are in the startup domain, to create that impact, to create that bubble that, okay, you are here in the startup ecosystem and this is what you're working upon. So make yourself visible to all these 4 sets of people, whichever set you want to attract or whichever set you want to focus upon. And how do you do that? It's very simple, by sharing status update. But mind you, sharing status update on LinkedIn is very, very different of what you share on Instagram or on Facebook. Because here you talk about what you're passionate about. You talk about your learnings. You write about any particular book you have read, any particular article you have come across, maybe your analysis about how the post-pandemic world is shaping, how maybe if you're passionate about cricket, your analysis about any particular match, or about how Indian team is performing, anything to do with your knowledge, anything to do with your hunger, anything to do with your inclusiveness. Suppose you read any interesting article in Economic Times and you have a point to make, you have thoughts to share. Share the link of that article and have your thoughts in place. Now that will really elevate you that, okay, this person is investing time to upskill or to reskill himself or herself in this particular domain. He or she is passionate about this. Now that really makes a difference. Now, what are the best practices for sharing status updates? Share your authentic voice. Do not copy paste. If you are copying from somewhere, if you're giving a reference of any article, give a proper link to it, appreciate it, or maybe, always mention about it. Post frequently. Post frequently can be once a month, once in 15 days. This is you who has to decide that how comfortable you are. It's not a rat race, but you need to understand the frequency depends from person to person. And always create an opportunity for reciprocity. What does it mean? Suppose you come across any interesting article, any interesting blog, thoughts from someone in your network, take some time to comment. And do not be lazy in commenting like, I agree, I disagree, good, bad, elaborate it. What do you disagree? Do you have a point to make? Do you have any other thought? What do you like about this particular article? Be elaborative, show that you're investing time, because these are the things I will share from my personal journey, which really helps you. I talk to people in and out. In my recent career, in the last 8 years, all my recent jobs, all my internships, I've got through LinkedIn. Not that I did not get a job from my graduation, my post-graduation, but that was not the path I wanted to take for my career. I wanted to, carve out my career. I was appreciative of the jobs I got, but I invested time to, to carve my journey, to reach out to people, to develop my passion and let the world know that I'm passionate about this. So this is very important in today's world. Gaining knowledge and insights. I think one thing which not many people invest time on the platform is to gain knowledge, to upskill, to gain insights, what is happening. And how do you do that? For example, I receive lot many requests from people which are just copy paste message. Normal messages are that, hey, I'm so and so, I'm interested to work in LinkedIn. Here is my CV, help me get a job. Now that does not help you. At times I also receive messages that, hey, Anu, but I'm not Anu, because people forget, people are lazy, people just copy paste and send that message to 100 people. Mass mailing, mass messaging does not help you. It dilutes your presence. Example, if Megan wants to connect with Smith, Professor Smith, who must have taught him or her a couple of years ago, imagine the impact of this message. You need to personalize your invite. Connect to 2 people every week, connect to 1 person every week, but personalize it. Do not become desperate. Do not show your desperation. Customize it. For example, all those of you who are in the early stage of your career, you want to understand that what it takes to enter Google, what it takes to enter American Express, what it takes to enter Microsoft. Show the hunger. Try to connect with people. This is just one example. For example, dear Scott, I found your profile through UT Alumni Network. I'm a current student and would like to know more about your paths to Amazon. Imagine the messaging. Amazon is my top choice employer for the next year, and I would like to know your perspective. Would you be available for a 20-minute phone conversation? Now, I'm sure that if Scott would be really reading this message from Megan, he would be interested to talk, because there is no desperation, there is no CV attached. Because Megan wants to understand what it takes to join Amazon, what kind of people they look for, what are the skills they're looking at, so that I can prepare myself. So this is the kind of networking, this is the kind of messaging you need to send out. I've been working with LinkedIn for 2 years now, but believe me, I've been leveraging this platform for 8 years now. And this is the strategy I've always followed. This is my personal examples. And these are the examples I've learned from some of the mentors who are doing good in their particular domain, that how they network, how they build their presence. Because unless and until you show the hunger, unless and until you show the inquisitiveness to understand more, you will not be doing justice to it. Now, for example, how do you do that? One question can come to your mind that, Varun, suppose if I want to approach someone who is working at HCL, how do I do that? Now use Google. Just search about Google that what news is happening at HCL. Now I get to know HCL is expanding in Sri Lanka. they're setting up a global delivery office, or you get to search from LinkedIn and get to understand that what is happening at Airtel. Now, this gives you a snapshot that what is new happening in these organizations, which particular team is working on these initiatives, and then you find out these people. These are some of the snapshots I wanted to capture from my personal journey, how I reached out to some of the leaders in particular domain. How you talk to them. For example, I read about them that, okay, these people are talking about something on a forum. These people recently were in a panel discussion in FICCI, and that's how I approached them. Sir, I recently got to know that you talked about digitalization, about how hospitality industry would change. It was a very insightful article. I have some points to make. Can we get in touch? And believe me, these people respond. Now, Shantanu Bhattacharya, he represents Airtel at Davos every year. He's a chief data scientist, very well known, very well connected, a leader in true sense. And imagine, these people respond on LinkedIn. These people are active on the platform. But you need to show that kind of information. You need to show that kind of research which you have invested in that particular topic, on the topic in which they are leaders, in that particular sector. Because getting a referral is the best way to find a job or to accelerate your career. Now, 85% of jobs get filled through employee referrals, but employee referrals have changed. It is not like you today get to know that Varun works in LinkedIn. You never interacted with me, and today you send me that, Varun, can you refer me? Now, people are shying away for that, because when I refer you, my name goes into accountability. Unless and until I refer good talent, they will not take me seriously. Now, what have you invested in me? Nothing. And how do you do that? Make a small Excel, make some columns about the companies you want to be a part of, what divisions in those companies you want to be a part of, and some of the eminent personalities who you want to get in touch with. Start working in this fashion. Keep on updating that Excel. Did you get in touch? What did you hear? What did they say? What do you want to learn? Start working towards it, and that's how these people will be more than happy to refer you to invest in your career. And one more way to do that is by following companies and research institutes. Each company has a brand page on LinkedIn which talks about what is new happening, how the company is shaping up, what kind of acquisitions are they taking place, how technology is playing an important role, and what are the leaders talking about. Start following these companies, because there is no other way to stay updated. Start following some of the influencers on the platform. I'm sure that each one of us has one influencer or the other who will look up to. Either you look up to some of the entrepreneurs, you look up to some of the philanthropists, you look up to some of the politicians. Make sure you follow them. Make sure you know that what are they talking about, what is going on in their mind, in which direction are they investing, because this really gives you an upper edge whenever you get into discussions, whenever you get into, whenever you read about them. Because see, it's all about being inquisitive, staying hungry, stay foolish. This really holds up true, because this particular network of 740 million members is right in front of you. But how do you leverage that? Now, this is one example I wanted to share, that when the pandemic started, I had collated some information about how people can come forward and donate, how people can do their bit. Now, Gaur Gopal Das, who was never connected to me, who's an international life coach, author, and motivational strategist, I'm sure each one of us would be knowing, he reshared my post. Now, imagine a person like Gaur Gopal Das, who I do not have a equation, I never connected to him. He is active on the platform. He saw, he reshared, and today, he's one of my mentors. Like he devotes half an hour, 1 hour in one quarter. We talk, I learn from him, we exchange ideas. But imagine the power of this platform. But we need to do our bit. Now, this is a snapshot of the communication strategy which I was talking about in the last few slides. That is a phase 2 of my talk. Post, you complete your profile. Be personal, keep it short, be creative. But first of all, your LinkedIn profile should be in place. This is the type of messaging you send out when you reach out to any professional, any professor, any investor, or any leader on the platform. Because always remember, the first message you sent out, if that is not in place, you have lost the game, because you are struggling in a pool of candidates who are just like you. So first impression should be the best impression. Alvin Toffler, I think one of the marketing gurus who I really look up to, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. And how do you do that? In today's digital era, thanks to the platforms like LinkedIn Learning, Coursera, Simply Learn, there are n number of platforms, Skillsoft. The point I'm trying to make in is start investing time to upskill yourself, to reskill yourself, because whatever you are learning in your college days, whatever you have learned in your college days does not hold true anymore. You need to completely know about what is new happening, how technology is shaping the way we are talking. For example, today I'm talking to all of you with such eminent personalities in the room. One could never imagine that these kind of workshops can happen. This kind of discussions can take place. Now make sure you invest. Take one topic, any topic which you feel you are good at, which you want to excel at, start learning about it, start getting a certification about it. Because Tom Peters has rightly said, regardless of age, regardless of position, regardless of the business we happen to be all in, all of us need to understand the importance of branding, because we are CEOs of our own companies, that is me. And to be in business today, our most important job is to be the head marketeer of the brand called you, because your network is your net worth. Now, one important, one request which maybe I have from all of you, that I wanted you to fill up a small survey, which will just take 30 seconds. If you allow me, Prashantji, Vishalji.
Yes, sir. You can just drop the link in the chat box.
Yeah, so I will just, let this be, you need to open slido.com. And this is the code, #JPFRYP, which will help me to understand that, how did the session go, and I will be open to the Q&A.
Yes, sir. So I believe we are moving on to the session. I hope, is this over, Varunji?
Yeah, yes, this is over, Challenge.
Okay. And I must tell you, I'll be doing two things after this session. Number one, updating my LinkedIn profile, and second, ordering a pastry. Because
thank you. Thank you.
I mentioned in the beginning. Yes, and also, just a second. Yes, yeah. And also talking about the whole series. The Level Up series is not just one event. We'll be having many sessions, and we have a great start with Varunji. I must say that he's very cooperative, and we couldn't have asked for a better person to start with. I would also like to say that we'll have a general feedback also that we'll be asking later. So Varunji, don't worry, we'll give you the proper insights, and also you can drop a link in the chat.
Sure. Thank you.
Yes. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Vishal Jain, who is the convener of Jito Mentorship Program and CFO of American Express India, to give a small introduction about the Jito Mentorship Program, and maybe he can also cover how to become a part of it. And yes.
Thank you, Jalaj, and thank you, Varun. Jai Jinend, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here, and thank you for investing in your career rather than spending your time. That's one thing which I learned certainly from Varun. And I think the key tagline is that your network is your net worth. And in fact, that precisely is the point we are trying to address through Jito Mentorship Program, where experience meets curiosity. So I'll cover what it is, what is already available to each and every Jain professional today, right now, right here. There's no cost. It's purely open to eager, curious Jain professionals all over the world. And that can be leveraged by all of you to expand your network and expand your net worth. So let us play a 1-minute clip of what Jito Mentorship Program is all about. Thank you. So 2 points I want to just highlight. I think one is the tagline, experience meets curiosity. So it is not about how senior or junior we are. We can be whatever in our professional life. We all can be curious, and that's what we are trying to happen here. Make it happen here in this platform where we can have all the curious minds meet experienced top professionals across the world. I think the second point is very critical one, that mentoring is a brain to pick and ear to listen and a push in the right direction. Going to the next slide, I think all through our lives, I can say for sure, we come across certain questions. Those questions can be very simple or can be very deep, but I'm sure all of you also would have come across such questions, and you would agree that these questions decide our career, they decide our family life, they impact our peace of mind, they impact our earning capacity. And typically, we go to people within our network, within our friends and family to check, hey, what do I do? And those people may not have the full knowledge, or we may not have access to the full network. And that's what we are trying to do through Jito mentorship program, wherein we are making available the top talent across the world, across different spheres, geographies of the Jain community, to people at large, to professionals at large of the Jain community. We are providing mentorship across different categories. It could very well be somebody, for example, in the field of law, want to choose a field between whether I want to be in the criminal side or civil side. It could be somebody in the space of AI, ML analytics. What do I do? Or it could be somebody who wants to make a career transition, that I want to change from this line to this line. Or I'm working in India, I want to go to the US. Or how do I build my career in Europe? Or should I do CA or CPA? It could be a variety of questions, variety of categories. And what we have done is we got mentors across different fields, different companies, very diverse one, to make them available to all of you. So right now what we have is about 30 odd mentors, and just I'll take a few minutes to talk one by one, maybe just to give you a flavor. For example, Mohit Jain, he is absolutely a very senior person on the board of Times of India, and very humble and grounded person who talks about leadership from his experience. You can see authentic leadership from his background and the way he speaks. He's one of the mentors. Rajesh Jain, who is founder of Netcore, and somewhere he played his role in bringing internet revolution to India. Swati Jain, who is AI and ML professional. She is one of the top 21 AI professionals in India selected by Government of India. Prashant ji, you just heard. Pankaj Jain, who is Microsoft product management person. Again, the background of IIM Bangalore and University of California. Mukul Chaudhary from Google. He has a background in operations and running large scalable digital operations. Monica is the head of legal in Lowe's India and board member, and she's ex Goldman Sachs. Piyush Doshi, he is one of our mentors. He used to be partner in PricewaterhouseCoopers as well as Spencer Stuart. Spencer Stuart, you would know, is a top headhunter firm all over the world. And currently, he is director in Faring Capital, managing a $1 billion plus fund. Jyoti Singhvi, she is alumni of Harvard and MIT, executive coach, a fantastic speaker, and founder of Ace Group. Going to the next one is Professor Abhinandan Jain. He is the guru. He is the first, I think, the person from IMA, and he is known to be an expert in the field of marketing. Varun, you just heard. Aditya Jain, ex BCG, Accenture, currently procurement director in Visa. He's also an expert in terms of building your business in the US, and between US and India. How do you really establish the right partnership and alliances? Prakhar Jain, Amazon Pay. Sunil Jain, CEO of CanStar. I work in American Express. Sonal Sunana, expertise in product management from American Express. Prashant Sanghvi, who is managing director in supply chain from Accenture. Shamila Oswal, I think she's also here right now, first water diplomat in India. and again, alumna of Harvard and MIT. Going to the next slide, Rajesh Jain, Managing Director and CEO of Lacoste, and he has expertise in building the marketing and the retail business and in the fashion industry. Sachin Jain, he is a senior director in PepsiCo, based out of New York. Abhishek Sancheti, CEO of Morgan Stanley. Himanshu Jain, a very interesting profile, very different background from APEC. He's head of APEC in Diversity, which is in the which is in the personal hygiene space, and a very dynamic personality he is. Sachin Jain, engineering director from Intel Malaysia. Amit Jain, EVP in Kotak Mahindra, a very strong background in raising capital. Ranjan Jain, he's from Walt Disney in the space of technology. Then we have Rikab Golicha, a lawyer, Amit Kothari from ICICI, and then we have a few more. I think the point being that, again, going back to Varun's point, all these people, they bring variety of experience and their wisdom to the table, and they have made themselves available to spend time on one-to-one basis with people in the community to share their expertise, to share their perspective, and to really help people learn and grow. And I think the point being that we all can do our bit. You all can do your bit to make sure that when you take a decision in your career, you can reach out to this network, get their perspective, and really grow your career. So that's what we're trying to do. Our intention is that we continue to expand the mentors network. We will eventually be going to about top 100 Gen professionals all across the world, and they will be available on the digital platform. You see the URL here. When you go to the URL, you can become part of the program by filling a simple jot form. And within that, within the mentorship program, we are providing one-to-one flash mentoring, a group mentoring, which will be more like a closed group mentoring or mentoring like a webinar, what we're doing here, or could be a development mentoring, coaching, as well as startup mentoring as we go along. So far, we launched at the beginning of April, about 2 months, 33 sessions done. We have 27 mentors, 72 mentees. And again, the intention, and again, one interesting thing is that of the mentees, about how the mentees are 10 years plus experience. So the point being that, again, just to reiterate, it is for people across all different walks of life, experience, not experience, fresher, college grade, or somebody who is a person like me, because we also can learn from each other and just to take the right decisions in our career. Okay. And yeah, this is just another version of the slide. I think the point is that we have heard fantastic feedback, what you see on the bottom right. I think it's very fulfilling and very heartening to see some of the feedbacks we heard from our mentees, because ultimately it's all about a decision you make in your life, right? And a perspective and a right guidance at the right time can really change the course of your career, can really help you flourish and grow in your career. And that's what we heard as a feedback from our mentees. Okay. Now, as part of our group mentoring series, we will continue to have this monthly series. So first one you just had. Next month, we will have Piyush Doshi. He will talk about, again, how do you accelerate your career, in a particular reference about how do you ace a job search. And as Varun said, that it is not that, hey, Vishal, dear Vishal, please find my CV. Can you find me a job in American Express? It doesn't happen like that, right? You have to do your bit of effort. You have to know how to approach people, and you need to know what are the sources, new sources available for you to really help help in your job search. Jyoti Singhvi will talk about how do you communicate effectively and confidently in a virtual environment, right? Even how do you sit, what's the live presence, as trivial as basic matters, as well as what is your body language. Prashant Jain will talk about leadership and resilience, and Rajesh Jain will talk about how to build an entrepreneurial mindset. So these are the next 4 sessions, and we will continue to have similar sessions in future as well. All of you being registered right now for this session, you will continue to see the notification, and I would encourage you to become part of this journey. Okay. So just this is the last slide in terms of the key members. Certainly, we have a very very accomplished and very different background people together. Ajay Bora, who is chairperson of Jito Professional Forum. He is founder of HDFC Credila. Milind Jain, he is director. Prashant, you just heard. Sanyog Jain, he has 25 years plus learning and development experience, and he's an executive coach himself. Jalaj, he's a budding lawyer and full of energy and passion. And Nipun Jain, president and CEO of India Bulls Foundation and president Taxation. And in terms of key people, Taru Jain, she is here in the program. She is heart and soul of the program. So she is the main person to go to if you want to become a member of this program. And Sonam Jain, who is in the space of nutrition. So that's a team behind it. I think to summarize, I would just say two things. Again, to repeat, your network is your net worth. So leverage this network. It is available to all of you. It is pro bono. It is not about any string, any fee. I think the intention is that we all learn, relearn, and grow and return. Right. So that's the purpose what we have. Now with that, I'll hand over back to Jalaj. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishalji. I'm sure the audience members were very curious about it, and I must say that you covered it quite well. But this is not part of the script, and I would like to say it myself. I'm also part of the program, and we have mentors from all over the world. So I used to think about my career in a very linear way. And finally, after joining this program, I realized there's so many opportunities, and the intent is so pure behind it. They're very good minds who spend a lot of time with it. Now, without further delay, I would like to hand over to Sushma ji, who has been kind enough to collate all the important questions in the background. And we'll begin with the Q&A. And over to you, Sushma ji.
Thank you. Thank you, Jalaj. And really, I mean, it's been fantastic. The type of feedback we're getting, Varun, on your session is people are just amazed at the insights and the way it goes. And I can tell you from a person who is away from digital, social media, etc., pandemic has actually thrown me into it. I don't have a choice now, and I had to learn very fast. So one of the first questions that has come up is from Kuldeep Jain, and he says, for beginners, is there an online course, and how do I just educate myself on the basics of LinkedIn?
Absolutely. For beginners, there are some kind of small videos on YouTube which gives you a snippet of what exactly I've talked about, how to create your profile maybe in much more detail. But believe me, it is very easy. Special courses are not required. You jump into the system. It is like making a profile on Facebook or Instagram. It's very simple. So start with a scratch. Just have these 8 steps in place, and you will start connecting with people.
Right. So thank you so much. There are a number of questions, and I would encourage everyone who has some questions to write in the chat box.
So I have asked about digital marketing also.
Hello. Yeah, sorry, Kuldeep Jain wanted to ask something. Just a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have asked about digital marketing also, apart from the LinkedIn.
Sure. Just a minute. Right. So those people who want to ask questions, please go ahead, write in the chat box, because we'll spend the next 10 minutes in answering questions. The questions could be directed at Varun Jain about LinkedIn and his session, or it could be to Vishal Jain about the mentorship program. So please feel free to stay on, because we'll answer those questions in the next 10 minutes. Yes, Kuldeep Jain, you had asked about digital marketing also. Varun, would you like to take that?
Yeah, absolutely. So Kuldeep, first of all, I think your question was that for beginners, how you need to have your presence on the platform, right? So digital marketing is followed. You must have seen in my presentation, unless or until I think someone has to be on mute or something. My voice is echoing.
Yes, it is echoing, and I'm not able to trace the echo.
Okay, great. I'll just continue. But am I making some sense? Am I audible?
Now it's better. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So Kuldeep, first of all, it is important to have your profile, your digital representation in place, and only then you can learn the essence of digital marketing, because it's like If I'm not able to understand what is science all about, I cannot foray into physics, chemistry, and trying to be the master of physics. So let's take a step, in a steply fashion, one step at a time. And digital marketing is all about creating a brand. Once your representation is in place, once your story is there on the platform. So maybe we can talk about it, can connect with me, but I think too early to get into the foray of digital marketing.
Yes. I hope that answered the question, Kuldeep. Maybe we'll move on
Yeah.
to the next one. And there are a number of people in the session who run their own business. So I think somewhere, there was a skew towards a corporate environment and getting a job. So somebody who is an independent businessman, how would they use LinkedIn?
Absolutely. I think, this is one thing which I've been noticing for last 1.5 years now, how businessmen are using LinkedIn. Now, for example, I'm someone who works in leather industry. I have a small setup in leather industry, and I import and export, or I deal with some other markets, international markets. Now, imagine the kind of insights you get on the platform just by searching, just by connecting with people who are working in the similar domain, just by collaborating with them, just by showing your presence that, okay, you also doing this, and how can we partner with each other, how we can strengthen the relationship. So this is how you network. Start networking with these people who are working in the similar domain. Start blocking time, exchanging ideas, what new is happening there, what is happening here, and you start building up those relationships. This is like we have these kind of focus groups on LinkedIn. The kind of group maybe about, like, we have a Jito group. So be a part of these groups. Start exchanging ideas, synergy. Understand what new is happening. Share your views, and you will be able to enhance your business. You will be able to create that presence of your business and collaborate better.
Sure. And just related to this, I think it's even possible for people to create their own groups and invite people, like-minded people, correct?
Absolutely. But the only point is that if you create a group, you need to be active on the group. Do not just create a group and leave it, with 5-6 members or no content being shared. Once it's like creating a profile. Do not just leave the profile that, okay, I log in once a year, but okay, I'm on LinkedIn. That will not help you. Create a page, and share ideas, share thoughts, invest time. So, it's like taking a membership of the gym, but going once a year, that will not help you anywhere.
That's a lovely analogy. Membership of the gym and going only once a year. I think that's something which we need to watch out for. So sort of discipline would be needed, a number of hours, maybe an hour or two in a week, would you say?
Absolutely. 1 hour a week, good to start with. But I would say, instead of 1 hour a week at one stretch, invest 10 minutes every day. That will really help you, because that will show that kind of, rigor. You will be totally accustomed to what is new happening, what are people talking about. And we are the generation who can invest hours on Facebook and Instagram. I think this much we can do, which can help us, because Facebook, Instagram, I being the part of the same generation, has never helped me in anything. I don't know how will it help others.
So it's all a question of prioritizing where we want to spend our time, in pleasure or investing it into our careers.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. So there are some on a lighter note. I think I would say lighter note, because it was like, hey, if you ask a boss for a recommendation, he suspects that you're probably looking for opportunities elsewhere. Any comments on that one, Varun?
I wouldn't deny that this is not true, absolutely, but I think that kind of relationship you build with your boss. I've had some examples of getting recommendations. Give them the confidence that, yes, I'm here to do some interesting work. I'm here to work with you. I think that kind of rapport you build up with your community, with that kind of equation. And instead of focusing on your present boss, why not start with our past bosses? I think they have nothing to fear about. So let's at least start, enter into the game. Let's take recommendations from your past professors, from your past mentors, past bosses. And I think sooner or later, even the present bosses will help you out.
Yeah. So I think just thinking about it also gives me that whenever you leave a job or anything, don't burn your bridges.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're not going to get great recommendations. And, all networks and every relationship does matter, right?
And switching back to the Vishalji's point, I think it has become very pertinent. Before you enter into a job, even if you're not aware, people do connect. People do understand what kind of person you were, how were you as a professional, as a person, as a behavioral skills. Never burn your bridges. I think recommendation is one thing which will help you not to burn your bridges, even if you don't land up with a recommendation. Having that mindset that I want to get a recommendation will always drive you to be good at your work, to be good as a person, as a professional. So you might not get, but you might get some other things which will not come handy.
These are absolutely super tips that you're giving us, and I'm sure everybody's benefiting. And as we are speaking, there are more questions coming up, and Sharmila is really eager to know the difference between a normal account and a premium account. Could you just share a little bit about that?
Absolutely, absolutely. So Sharmila ji, the main difference between a premium account and normal account is the emails which you get, the email credits to reach out to more professionals. You get that feature of sending a personalized, customized message, and also the major feature of having a premium account is you get free LinkedIn learning access. Just to maybe upskill yourself or to have that kind of hunger to learn something new and share those certifications. And the third most important feature is, and I'll tell you how to use it, you get to understand who has viewed your profile. For example, if Prashantji views my profile and I'm not having a LinkedIn premium, I can never get to know that Prashantji is interested in me and I can get in touch with him, because you get to know that 5 people have viewed your profile or 10 people have viewed your profile. Now, who are these 10 people who have actually visited my profile, and I can strike in a conversation. So that gives you an edge. This premium feature gives you an edge. Not must to have, but for someone who is in a settled professional career or who is doing good, I think this much amount of money can be invested. At least start with a 1 month free trial. You feel you are doing justice to it, then you can continue. Otherwise, you can discontinue.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much. There are questions on, people have premium accounts and, they do search for you, or you're trying to search for somebody, especially the people who are in the C levels. And if we want to get into it, I think you did touch upon it in your talk, but if you could just elaborate a little bit, because there's a question on that by Ayush.
So correct me if I'm wrong. The question says that how to connect to the C levels?
Absolutely, especially at the international level, because he seems to be connected in the Indian scenario.
Great. Let me give you the background. To connect to the C levels, there can be no better time than this. This pandemic is a boon because C level is having time. Everything has become virtually and utilize this time. How to do that? Let me give you a real-time example, because this is my nature of work. I need to connect with lot many C levels because I deal with the large relationships. Always understand like what Sanyogji is talking about. What kind of work is he doing? What kind of visibility he has? What is interested? Which are the topics in which Sanyogji is interested? How do you do that? You just Google about him, talk to his subordinates, talk to his people who are lower in the ladder. They are easy to connect. Try and understand what is the leadership talking about, what kind of projects the leadership is interested in. Read articles, read research about their profile, what are they posting on the platform. Connect a small story, develop your understanding about the topic and reach out to them. Maybe in an appreciative manner that, suppose I write to Sanyogji that, Sanyogji, I noticed that you are a Manchester United fan, which has nothing to do with this business. You're a Manchester United fan. Even I'm an ardent follower of Manchester United. And I've seen you talking about football at a couple of forums. Don't you think so? This particular footballer should be this, that? Now that will excite him because he knows that I'm not here to show my desperation. I'm not here to get ask for a job, but I'm just connecting with him because I love football. He loves football. And once we strike an equation, no one can stop you because you have developed that trust. And then you can take the things forward. But always talk about other things for which you encourage the person to reply. Sanyogji, I've seen that you are an amazing speaker. You are talking at forums and I love your talking style. The way you send out the message loud and clear. What would be your tip to someone who wants to become like you? Imagine. And Believe me, I've connected to leaders such as CEO of Genpact, CEO of HCL, lot many people, lot many examples. They reply. One message is very clear, Sharmila ji and Sushma ji, that any leader may have an access, he or she reads through all the emails, all the messages. At times we say that, oh, we have sent out the message, he must be getting thousands. That's why he's a CEO. He can read thousands in a much shorter amount of time, but only you need to have an impact. Your message needs to have an impact. They read everything. They can clear 1,000 emails, waking up in the morning in a short span of time. So, most of them are 5 a.m. club members. So, make an impact.
And maybe I can also just add one other thing which you touched upon, Varun, was engage with them. So when the people are posting themselves, and read that and add value, not just say agree, oh superb, read, nice read, deepen that learning and then add value. First of all, whosoever you reach out to, as long as you're adding value to them and you're not consuming their time, I think people do get engaged, right?
Absolutely,
so I think that is just, and again, it has to be, I think one thing somebody asked that, should I connect only with my network or outside the network? I think everything has to be with a purpose. Where your intent is pure, it is not about I want to, my net outcome is to get to a job or get to a business lead, and I'm just keeping top of my mind. So that becomes a very that's not a noble intent. But when you are going with the pure intent of connecting, networking, helping other person as well as helping yourself, I think your network will flourish and grow.
Absolutely, can't agree more, Vishalji. Absolutely. The intent should not be quantity, the intent should be quality. Have a purpose to connect, and do not just send out that connection request. I log in today 10 minutes, send out to 100 people, and Varun, it is not helping me. No, send out to 2 people who you want to connect, who you have some synergy to share, who you want to learn from. Have a customized message, do your research, because only then you will be able to make most out of it.
And I had a
thanks,
question.
Varun. Thanks for your advice.
Thanks. So, and I also just wanted to have your point of view, Varun, about people should be able to talk about themselves. We have to get comfortable, not to come across as bragging about ourselves, but in a very in a simple way and effective way to talk about ourselves, where it is not sounding like you are bragging, you are exaggerating, but you're not forgetting that ultimately what you do is your entire net worth, your entire career, right? So it is critical to create a social record and let people know. So if you touch upon that right balancing, wherein you're not doing too much, right, where it is pure marketing, at the same time you're not a passive one where there's nothing about you on LinkedIn while you may be otherwise doing a lot. So just talk about that, if you can talk about that right balance as well between the two.
I think absolutely, Vishalji, and I think I'm learning from you. Believe me, I think you are a perfect example of networking in a proper manner. But yes, I think one point which to summarize is that whenever you reach out to people, like I'm reaching out to Vishalji to connect, and Vishalji does not respond to me. Vishalji did not reply, did not connect. Never pressurize the other person, never send out that second message, that third message, that humble request, gentle reminder does not help. Never do that. That is a big kind of web which will not give you any returns. Be very humble, be very polite, never exaggerate yourself, because the hunger is mine. I need to connect to you, not that you need to connect to me. You're not under any obligation to connect with me or to share your learning or to help me out. Now, that kind of messaging which goes should be very, like that one slide which I showed, that communication style has to be very polite, humble, and crisp, because no one is interested to read that long story about exaggerating yourself. I've done this, I've done that. Can I do this for you? No one is interested. That can follow up if he or she wants to give you time, but no, be very crisp. For example, I know people, I reached out to one leader. Let me share an example. I wouldn't name the leader, because I saw that something was not right in his or her profile on LinkedIn. And I just reached out that, sir, I work for this company. I noticed that this particular feature is not rightly done. Do you think it will make a help, or I can connect with you for 10 minutes just to run you through and maybe you can make the most of it? And he was so appreciative. But my intent was not that. My intent was something else in the back of my mind. I wanted to learn from him. But I was trying to find out ways. I couldn't find out other ways, but then I invested time on this profile and I noticed that something was wrong. And this can be one thing to humbly reach out that, sir, I'm here to help. As Vishalji said, that each one of us can help each other in our limited ways. Not that I'm in the first year of my career, what can I do? Who can I help? No. You help, you get help. It is as simple as that.
Thank you, Arun. Thank you. And I'm sure, in the interest of time, we should probably move on. There are some questions and unanswered. And maybe with your permission, is it okay for them? And maybe I could suggest that all the tips they've used, they can actually try and get to you or others in this forum and get them answers. Try it out and say, okay, you attended the session, I attended the session. This is the question I had. Could you elaborate? Would you be okay with that, Varun?
Absolutely. Please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I will try my best to help you out.
Thank you. And those who are really eager to get their questions answered, after the closure of the program, the core team will be staying on, and I'm going to request Varun to please spend another 10 minutes so that, there are people who may have some burning questions and they would like to interact with you. We will close the session by 12:30 officially, and then continue informal chats. On the other hand, in terms of questions on the mentorship program, there was only one that I could see, and that was in terms of what are the fees for the session, which was answered in the chat box by Prashantji. And Vishal would just like to say a word about that.
Yeah, so I think as I said, program is open to all Gen professionals. They could be from whatever seg, whatever geography globally, and there's no charge. You can become part of it. Right now we have 30 mentors. We continue to add mentors to make it very specific. So you might be, let's say, in a shipping industry needing help about how do I take my job forward, how do I take my career forward. So you might find a mentor eventually within that specific field, or might be, let's say, you are in the space of cloud, right? And then there is somebody in Walt Disney and technology who can give you probably a broader 10,000 feet view about the program. So I think my request is we will continue to add mentors. Right now we have 30 odd mentors. They are available for one-to-one session. You can get into a 45 minutes chat with some of the senior most leaders in the industry across geographies and make the best use of it. So, and I think Taru has posted how to become a member. You can go with that. And I think, yeah, over to you, Sushmaji.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And it's been a wonderful, very insightful session and a fantastic kickoff to a great initiative. What's next, Jalaj?
Yes, thank you, everyone. I must say that the Q&A was amazing. I think as a young professional, I'm also applying to various places, whether it's masters or jobs, and LinkedIn has been super helpful. Now, I think we are almost coming to an end, to the end of the session. I would like to just, ask everyone to look at their chat boxes. We would love to have your feedback because, we would love to, since it's a monthly running series and we intend to do it for quite a long time, we would like to improve upon this as much as we can. So just go to the link, click on it and put whatever feedback you have in terms of 1 word, 2 words you have. Also, Taru will be sending out an elaborate email with how to join the whole procedure and all the important links to all the people who've registered, so that you can have all the information about it again, and you can click on the relevant links and join the program. You should not just join the program yourself, but also encourage all your family members, irrespective of the geography. Because just imagine a person from a tier 3, tier 4 town, city can actually speak to people in the US, and I'm telling you, it has happened, and it is very powerful. So Taru, I think you've posted the link. If you could share the screen of the Mentimeter.
Let them start responding. Please go to the chat box, click on the link which I have posted for Mentimeter, and then please enter your feedback. What did you think of today's session?
I think we'll be giving it a minute.
Yeah. So we've already got some responses.
Wow, I can see it just increasing.
JPF rocks. Haha, hey, the core team. JPF rocks.
Yes. I would just take this opportunity to just thank all the attendees. That it's not easy to take out your time, and all of you are here, and also Varun sir. Varunji has taken it's not easy to take a monologue. Just half an hour just speaking, and it's really commendable. And we'll be catching all of you again next month, and in the coming months, and hopefully if you become a regular member, we'll be easy to spot you. So do join every month. We'll be posting the posters, and we'll also be emailing you in all the relevant groups.
So maybe Jalaj, we can go to the thank you.
Yeah. Yes, I think
we can continue to see the feedback.
Yeah, I think this is an excellent feedback. Now I would like to invite Mr. Sanyog Jain, a core team member of the Jito Mentorship Program, to deliver the vote of thanks. Sir.
Thank you, Jalaj. Insightful, fantastic, helpful. That's what the audience said, Varun. And they have summarized it really beautifully. Thank you for taking out the time to talk to us and also giving us wonderful ideas for enhancing our proficiency in the use of LinkedIn. And I can tell you, I don't want to show it to you, but I have taken notes for 2 pages long. I can guarantee you that after this session, your mentor hours are going to fly off the shelf. So please keep some time for us. We might have Olympics without the spectators, but a program like this, we cannot have without the participants. So I want to thank all the participants for coming today on a Saturday and spending their valuable 90 minutes. I know they have many options. And also I want to thank Nipunji for ensuring that the message reached in every nook and corner of Jito. And it was because of his efforts that today we had such a large number of people attending this program. Jalaj, thank you for orchestrating the program with perfect precision. Sushmaji and Taru for their technical support. And as you know, a program up front is just like a tip of the iceberg. And behind every endeavor, there are masterminds. We had the blessings and the guidance of the leadership team of Jito, Ajayji, Milanji, Prashantji, and Vishalji. Thank you for all your support. And as Jalaj said, the room for improvement is the biggest room in the world. We will be sending you a feedback form. Please share how this program was received by you. And now the meeting has been officially ended. However, we will be staying back, as Sushmaji said, for another 10-15 minutes. So those of you, if your questions were not answered during that time, you can come on the mic and speak to us. So with that, once again, thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Stay safe and stay strong.
So if there's anybody who would like to ask questions, please unmute yourself and have the interaction. Varun is here, Vishal is here.
So one thing I can just share while people are thinking about the question is the point I think Jalaj touched upon, and that resume is becoming less and less important, and your LinkedIn profile is becoming more and more critical. And what I've seen in my professional journey, that people spend a lot of time on resume, but resume is still very confidential, right? You wouldn't like your resume to float around, but your resume on LinkedIn is social. It's available to anybody. And I've seen people not doing a very good job on their LinkedIn profile. Their resume on LinkedIn or their profile on LinkedIn is seen by their current employees, current leaders, prospective employers. So even let's say when your resume is out and you applied and you did not get a call, chances are that maybe either your resume was not good or maybe your LinkedIn profile wasn't updated, or that two did not talk to each other. I've seen people not updating their LinkedIn profile for quite some time. And I've seen people with very less number of connections. Now connections do talk about that. Are you at least at a basic level digital and social? Are you connected with people, or are you so unknown commodity that is only you know who you are doing, what you're doing, and nobody else knows? So having connection, not like you keep accepting each and every connection request with the strangers or otherwise. You have to be thoughtful, and you have to reach out to right people in your network. That who are you connected with? right? But they all play a very, very big role. And I tell you that even at my level, while there will be an HR team scanning profile, before they do, even I know probably some of the top talents, and I really tell them that, hey, take a look at it, right? So that's just my experience, and I'm sure even Prashantji will have his experience as well. He has been at top positions in GE and Siemens, and even others. But yes, let's hear out if anybody has any question. If you would like to us to unmute yourself, you can raise your hand, and we can unmute you.
Vishal.
Yeah, Vishal.
Every quarter I receive some calls from the headhunters. So it's very important to reach out and connect at least to a few select headhunters from Spencer Stuart, Corn Ferry, Hedricks and Struggle, the top four. And it's important to be in touch with them once in a quarter, once in 6 months. Then you know your market value, your worth, what kind of opportunities are out there, which company is hiring at what level, at what salary. It keeps you updated in the market. It does not matter whether you are changing job or not, but it is very important to know your worth. It's important to stay connected and understand what's happening in the market. So this is a great value. And I must say for the past 5-6 years, at least once a quarter, I do get to know what is the headhunter thinking about me, what kind of opportunities are coming my way, and is my profile attracting the right talent or not. And I must say, LinkedIn has been a very important tool. I've been active for maybe 8-10 years plus, and I've seen great value from that.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, can we just take Pranav would like to speak, and I'm just looking at the order in which the hands were raised. So Pranav Jain, would you like to unmute yourself?
Yes. First of all, a great initiative, lovely session by all of you. So my question is to Mr. Varun. So I am a student right now. So as mentioned by Vishalji as well, like the LinkedIn profile matters to the employers. So whenever I'm looking for an internship or something, before I know it, that there are lots of applicants that have already applied it, around 100, 200. So getting a premium LinkedIn premium helps us differentiate us from the rest. So that's what my question is.
Yeah, no, it does not differentiate you in any manner to apply for a job or maybe for a recruiter that you have a LinkedIn premium or not. That does not differentiate you.
Okay.
Thank you. Maybe the next question should be taken by Vishal. Or, I'm a second generation entrepreneur, want to take my organization professional and rope in professionals. How can I do that with the help of the mentorship program?
Sorry, come again, Sushma ji, with the question.
Okay, so there's Ankur, and he is a second generation entrepreneur, and he wants to really take his organization and make it professional. So he wants to know how he can use the mentorship program to run a professional organization and to rope in professionals to work in his organization.
Yeah, no, thanks for the question. I think the answer is going to be same, whether as a second generation entrepreneur or first or as a professional. You can become part of the program. And Jito Professional Forum, by the way, has 3 wings of mentorship program. This is one of them.
Okay, great. So he should.
There is a wing for practicing CA, lawyers, and doctors, and then there's also a third. Sorry, can you hear me, Sushma ji?
Yes, we can. Sorry.
Yeah, and then there's also third wing, which is about advisors. So net and beyond that, also within Jito, there is a Jito Business Network, which also has its own mentoring equivalent program. I think the point is that you can tap into these different resources, and within the Jito mentorship program, what we talked today, when you become a mentee, you can select who are the mentors you want to speak to for a one-to-one guidance. We would like you to make your questions very specific. What exactly is your question, so that we pair you with the right mentor. And that's how we enable one-to-one interaction, and that's how you get benefited. For example, if you are setting up a new organization in the US, now Aditya Jain from Visa, and he's in the procurement space, but he has background in setting up new businesses and in the US. So maybe he could be a one you may want to speak to, and he may give his perspective. So that's the way to go about it.
Thank you, Vishal, and I hope Ankur, if you need more information, you can connect with them, right, later.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Jane has been waiting very patiently. Jane Shah.
Yes. So my question is to Varun. How important are numbers for LinkedIn profile? Having 1,000 connects, 5,000 connects, 15,000 connects. How does it impact the profile?
So first of all, it's all important.
Okay.
Never go for quantity, always go for quality. The only request or the only benchmark young professional should have is at least having 500 connections, because that number in itself looks that you are serious about your brand. Like, I'm not saying connect today 500, work towards it, connect that at least your profile should say 500 plus. That shows that you are serious, you're investing time on the platform, and you are here to learn. Someone, if you see having members like connections like 238, 230, 130, the message which goes out is that yes, you are in the initial stage. You might be active, might not be active, so it's difficult to make. That should be your benchmark. But after you reach 500, and that should also be qualitative 500, not quantity. Not like in 1 month, Varun, let me reach 500. Work towards it. Connect with your colleagues, connect with your batchmates, connect with your seniors, your professors. The number will come out to be 500, because also one messaging I want to convey, I did not touch upon. Never connect to the professionals on Facebook, Instagram. I know many of us have the habit. Never enter into their private space unless and until you have that equation. I see so many of us connecting with each other on Facebook, sneaking through their personal life. Not a healthy practice. This is a problem of our generation, that each one of us want to connect with everyone out there on Facebook, Instagram. No, keep your professional life different from your personal life. Whatever is happening in your personal life, the other person might not be interested, or the other person does not want to give you that window. Now, even if sending out that request on Facebook or Instagram does not give a good impression about you, because he or she might not accept, but shows that why do you want to enter into that space? So never do that.
This is interesting. So can we have two profiles in such a scenario? Like, I'm a traveler, I have a travel for, photographs, which I keep separate from my professional work. So currently I'm having two profiles, but is it a good strategy?
Two profiles on LinkedIn?
Okay, Facebook, not LinkedIn.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, yes, a Facebook page and a personal profile. Yes, LinkedIn also, I have two. But so I don't know whether it's a good strategy or not.
LinkedIn, you should have one profile, because it is individual profile, right? Like your name.
Okay, business page, fine.
You can have a business page, that is different. Right. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And I have enrolled Vishal for the mentoring program for change in career options. So I'll be looking forward for your guidance, for the guidance from the team. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
So another few people, and then I think we should stop. Manish Jain, would you like to unmute?
Yeah, hi. Hello, Varun. Hello, Vishal. It was a nice session by you, quite informative. I especially love the video and the slides. They were quite well made. I just had a quick question here. I'm a career coach and I help people with their resume making as well as LinkedIn profile optimization. So what is the advice you would give for people who are looking for a job on LinkedIn? Because they always approach when looking for a job, they don't build the connections. So how they should be active on the platform and how to use it when it's really required? What is the strategy they should be following?
Vishalji wants to answer, or should I go forward?
I can give a broad answer, and Varun, you're an
Sure.
expert. I think first of all, as for a business person, as professionals, our job is our net worth. This is our brand, right? So first of all, any job search starts with the clarity of what you want to do, who is your prospective employer going to be, which industry you want to make your career, which field. And then also is about how you want your brand to be seen and visible on profile. So for example, if I want to be in the digital marketing space, my profile should have where I'm liking some of those content around digital marketing, where I'm posting a blog, where I'm contributing something. So then I'm visible from that tag that yes, I'm a person from digital marketing background. I'm putting some conferences and certificates. And then I'm using LinkedIn Jobs and people who are connected in advance that, by the way, what if I want to make my career, let's say in Facebook in a couple of years time, but how do I get there? Right. So again, not at the time, as Manish, you said, people start when they need a job. I think the best time to look for a job and to prepare yourself is when you don't need a job. That is the time to start preparing. So I think it is a very thoughtful approach required. And often I've seen that people miss on that part, that people spend too much time in their job in hand, but they are not caring enough about their profile, updating it enough, how they come across, what is their personal brand or social brand should be. And I think that's my learning. But Varun, please add yours.
Absolutely, Vishalji. I think very well summarized. And one profile I really look up to is Swati Jain's profile. You know, Swati Ji's profile is too good. The way she posts on the platform whenever she attends any conference, whenever she's being facilitated by someone, she really, you know, gets that message out there, you know, shows her passion. She's passionate about her work. And that's the kind of messaging which needs to go out, because since you are a career coach, one thing you would have seen that lot many jobs on the platform does not even ask you to upload your CV. Just take your profile, you know, your LinkedIn profile. So unless and until that is in place, unless and until the messaging is clear, and as very rightly said by Vishalji, that you cannot just wake up one day and, okay, today let me apply. It is a process. Be a part of the process, things will fall in place. Rather than you applying, what will happen is recruiters are approaching you that, hey, are you interested in this job? So let us change the strategy.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We're at 12:46, and I know there are a few people that are waiting in line. Just wanted to check with you all, Varun and Vishal, what would you like to do?
I think we can cover Neeraj ji and I think Lalit, probably a couple of people. I think they've raised hands for long.
Sure.
And then we can close. And we can address other questions over, I think, through email, or you can anyway reach out to us through LinkedIn.
Sure, I think sounds like a good plan. So, Neeraj, would you like to just unmute?
हाँ जी, जय जिनेंद्र। सबसे पहले JPF को आज के इस वंडरफुल सेशन की बहुत बहुत बधाई हो। आई एम JBN कन्वीनर लुधियाना चैप्टर। मैं वरुण जी से एक रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आज आप आए हो तो हमको कुछ दे के जाओ, क्योंकि हमारे एपेक्स कन्वीनर संजय जी कहते हैं जब तक मांगोगे नहीं कुछ मिलेगा नहीं। JBN का भी एक रूल है, मांगोगे तो मिलेगा। तो मैं आस्क इज कि आप हमको एक दो ऐसे ट्रेनर दो जो JPF के माध्यम से ऑल ओवर इंडिया अपने यंगस्टर जो भी 12th पास किए हैं, या जैसे हमारे लुधियाना में बिजनेसमैन ज़्यादा एजुकेटेड नहीं है अपना, लेकिन दे आर डूइंग इन गुड इन बिजनेस, तो वो लिंक्डइन को कैसे रजिस्टर कर सकें और कैसे उसका भरपूर उपयोग कर सकें। तो मेरी आस्क सिर्फ ये है कि हमारी कम्युनिटी को पूरा आपके जैसे व्यक्ति जब लिंक्डइन के शीर्ष के ऊपर है तभी हम उसका बेहतर उपयोग ले सकते हैं अपना। तो ऐसा कोई प्रोग्राम डिजाइन कराए JPF के साथ मिलके, क्योंकि ऑल ओवर इंडिया यूथ विंग और जीतो पैटर्न्स को इसका बेनिफिट मिल सके। थैंक यू।
Thank you. And Lalit,
maybe Vishal ji can answer this better, because being a part of the core committee, or Prashant ji. But thank you, Neeraj ji, for your kind words, and absolutely available in whichever manner you think I can be. मैं अपनी मतलब learnings आपसे share कर सकता हूँ. Absolutely available. Thank you so much.
Sushma ji, I would like to take this caution of Neeraj ji because I had discussion with various conveners of various regions in our Jito. And Neeraj ji, just let me, I repeat once again this, that all our level 1 series are actually pan-world. It is not even limited to Indian audience. Basically, all your aspirants and all team members of Ludhiana, Jito and JPF members can join in all our level up series. So everybody is welcome, and this is not only restricted to Gurgaon, this is for whole India, whole world actually. Thank you.
So निपुण जी, I think आप अगर कर सकते हैं तो रिकॉर्डिंग शेयर कर दीजिएगा, and नीरज जी फिर जो आपके मेंबर्स हैं वो आई थिंक रिकॉर्डिंग देख सकते हैं, मतलब जैसा भी ठीक लगे.
But I'm talking about our coming up level up series for Neeraj ji, because this is what my endeavor when I was talking to various Jito members and JPF conveners, co-conveners. the message was very clear that this is a national level series and it is not restricted to Gurgaon. So all our level one series are of that nature only.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Lalit, would you like to unmute?
Yeah, this is to Varunji. I just this pandemic only I started LinkedIn. I'm a little bit confused because I say I'm a small scale businessman having a stationery business in Chennai. Can it will be benefit for me to take 7 and 8 steps in recommendation? How can I recommendation and forward with my business?
So you mean to say कि आपकी जो recommendations हैं, how much should you, how many recommendations are good for you?
Yeah, or how can I develop in that?
Okay, so this is a good point. So first of all, there is no particular number that I should have 10 or I should have 5. Anything is a good number. Maybe 1 recommendation is a good number to start with. And which sort of people should give you recommendation? जैसे आप stationery के business में हैं, imagine आप किसी से stationery procure करते हैं जिससे आप 3-4 साल से business में involved हैं.
Yeah.
You might be dealing with some of your partners, some of your major customers like B2B. किसी बड़ी enterprise को आप sell करते होंगे.
Yes, yes.
And he is proud of your ethics. He's proud of your honesty. He's proud of your business integrity. Why not take a recommendation ताकि आपको उससे और business मिले, ताकि लोगों को पता चले हाँ XYZ आदमी तो काम में सच्चा है, काम अच्छे से करता है. देखो ये particular आदमी भी इसके बारे में बोल रहा है.
Okay.
So imagine ये किस तरीके से word of mouth spread होगा, क्योंकि मेरे को नहीं पता कि आपके बारे में कौन अच्छा बोल रहा है.
सही बात है.
So इस चीजों को इस तरीके से रखोगे तो इसकी विजिबिलिटी बहुत बढ़ेगी और आपका एक ब्रांड बनेगा. आप जिस कॉम्पिटिटिव स्पेस में बैठे हो जिसमें और भी बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो स्टेशनरी का काम कर रहे हैं, आप उनसे एक एज ऊपर हो जाओगे क्योंकि आपके बारे में आप लोग अच्छी बातें कर रहे हैं और इस रिकमेंडेशन के लिए आप और अच्छा काम करोगे क्योंकि आपको पता है कि मेरे को एंड गोल चाहिए.
Very good, very good. I'll be continue with all the books, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. And I think once Varun, you mentioned Swati Jain, so she just wanted to say a few words, I think.
Please.
And then we'll close officially, please. Yeah.
Thank you, Varun, for such an amazing session. Actually learned a lot. So I'll have to just go to my LinkedIn every month or I have made it a point like every month, 2 months, there should be some posts, and definitely means your session was very, very helpful. I had one question actually, that can we in volunteering, like I have not mentioned anything. So like, for example, you're aware the Genin platform where we can say, means we can put it in any way. So is it okay to put such things in volunteering or no?
No, absolutely, Swati ji. Absolutely. There is no problem at all in putting whatever the amount of work you are doing as a volunteer in any of the organization, whether it can be religious, it can be something which is not a big brand, which it can be small in-house, or maybe there is no business page to it. The intent is दिखाना कि आप वो करते हैं, आपकी वाली side भी है. The intent is not to sell yourself. The intent is to make others aware that you are also inclined towards social responsibilities and you are doing this kind of work. That is the intent.
Sure. And another thing, sometimes when I interview people, and frankly, it occurred once or twice in my mind, so it may occur elsewhere also. So if somebody is like very much talks about his volunteering thing, then I sometimes get a feeling that if he's so much into volunteering, will he have enough time for work? So any thoughts there, or normally that is not the case because people understand that people are devoted professionally for the commitment that they make?
So Swati ji, very, very important observation. So I'll tell you that from my personal experience or how people are asking the question on this front. Now, whenever you come across someone who is talking about volunteering or is talking about the soft sides, always try and understand that how that person is taking out time. If the person is taking out time on weekends, then that is something to be appreciative about. But if you think that that person is making it a habit in a day-to-day course, then it can be a point of concern. by asking a solution that how do you manage your work? Because there are other ways, like I do a lot of volunteering, but it is strictly on the weekends. Like I don't entertain anything on the weekdays because I know that my work demands most of my bandwidth. So I think that is, and at your leadership level, I think it is very easy to understand that how much time the person would be spending. What kind of volunteering is he talking about? So I think it's very crystal clear. And if someone is too gaga about his or her volunteering, then I think there is a red flag, because these things are not being talked about that much, but you get to aware in the reading manner or by the understanding of the representation.
Sure. Thank you so much. This was very helpful, Varun, and the whole session, in fact. And thanks to you and to all the organizers.
Thank you, Swatiji. You are being idol to so many and keep doing good work. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So back to you, Vishal.
No, I think we can then formally, we already closed, but we can now hard close. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time.
When is the next session?
I think next session, we will work out the date within, I think, July first week. We will aim to do that. So thank you so much, everyone, for spending time with us, and look forward to have you along with us in this journey. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lovely to meet all of you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.